Hey, what's up guys, this is Guidelines here, and today we're doing a review for another CSGO cheat. Today we're reviewing NovolineHook, also known as one of the best legit CSGO cheats, like, ever. Little information about this cheat before we actually get into the review is that the cheat is technically private, but it's not that hard to get into. Basically, all you gotta do is make an application on their site, and then if they like your application, they'll ask you to get in a TeamSpeak call where they'll do a brief interview, and if your character seems good enough, you'll get into the cheat really quickly. If not, then, well, you're probably not going to get into the cheat. The only competitor that I really know of for this cheat is Fanta, but honestly I heard Fanta Orange got detected recently or something. I don't know about that, and a lot of Fanta users aren't really happy with Fanta anymore. So, I mean, maybe this cheat doesn't have any competitors. I don't know. I haven't really been in the legit cheating scene for like a couple months now. But this is what I used to use when I would legit cheat. I used to use Fanta, but then I got this cheat and I was much happier with it. So I'm going to do a quick little review on this cheat today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, let's get a peek at the menu. The worst part about this cheat, in my opinion, is the menu. We'll start from the configing. The configs are all cloud saved. It doesn't save to your PC in any way, shape, or form, nor does the loader. In fact, the loader is a BAT file on a USB, and it's very secure, and I don't think it's ever really going to have any problems with back detection, so that's good. You could change a few things in the config settings. I think you can make new configs or delete configs. Yeah, you can. You could download people's configs from the forums, and when I say download, it just kind of like loads it into your menu. It's really weird how that works. You could change the menu key, you could change some config binds and player list positions and stuff. And that's all this stuff, like right up here and right over here. That's what that is. Okay, getting into colors, these are the ESP colors. They're just RGB sliders. In my opinion, I don't really like RGB sliders. I'd rather have color pickers, but I mean, whatever works, right? I mean, RGB sliders are fine, but I'd rather just have color pickers next to the ESP options. This is the player list. This is a simple player list that also has a report bot built into it. I don't really have any. I don't know how to demonstrate this because there's not even any players in this game, but it's a report bot. Whether you think report bots work or not, I don't know, but this one does send out reports. It's not like a fake report bot. It really does send reports, but I don't know if that really does anything in 2019 anymore. So I don't know if report bots work, but all I know is this report bot does actually send reports out. It is paid. You have to buy tokens for it, but it is cool how it's kind of just in the menu and you don't really have to tab out or anything like that. Grenade helper, this is really cool. I don't know if I have any clips of this or not. I might try to get some clips right now, but basically this will help you with your smokes, flashes, and nades. As you can see, these are all little presets for nades. It'll show me where to stand and where to aim, and if I should run, jump, or just jump throw or whatever. These are all little presets that people have come up with. There's probably hundreds in here, and I didn't make any of these. I don't know who did, but I just used them because someone was a G and made them all, so that's awesome. Other than that, that's a really good feature that Novoline has that not many other cheats really have. I think there might be a Lua for Skeet and Aimware, but it's nowhere near as good as this in my opinion. Yeah, and then this is for adding grenade Luas and selecting grenade Luas and stuff. No, that's so wrong. So yeah, that's the whole grenade helper tab. I think it really does deserve its own tab because it's kind of just like a huge like feature in its own. And it's just an amazing thing that no other cheats really have, and I'm glad it has its own tab because it allows it to have a lot of customability. Skin changer. So skin changers save in a separate config than your like other stuff, like your visuals, your Misc, and your Aimbot. Skin changer is a completely different config. So if I change my config to a different one, you'll see my skin changer is still active, and you might also notice that the skin changer has a working stat track. It doesn't say invalid user, and then it also has stickers, so you can have stickers. Yeah, so I have a blue themed like skin palette, I guess. I don't know. What do I have for the op? The electric hive. Alright, cool. So yeah, another thing that you can do with the skin changer, well, there's a lot of stuff you can do with this skin changer. As you can see, there's the stickers. You could change all the stickers. You could have the sticker float value. You could have your every knife you want with any paint kit. I don't think it has to be a knife paint kit or anything like that. With any pattern, custom names, stat track, custom wear. literally everything. And then you have T side and CT side skin changers, so you could have your skins on both teams be different. It's very customizable, not buggy at all, and instant, no FPS drop when switching items or whatever. It is perfect. I absolutely love it. It is like my favorite skin changer I've ever used. At first it's not very user friendly, but once you get to learn how to use it, it is the best thing I've ever touched in my life. That's kind of the same thing with this whole cheat in general, is like it's not very user friendly, but after a while of using it, you'll learn how to use it, and then it just becomes like the most godly cheat ever, because you could really customize everything in it. So yeah, let's get into the Misc tab, I guess. Auto accept, that's a good feature. Map prediction, that's useless now, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know. Bunny hop, as you can see, just normal B hop, and then I'm not really sure what legit does. Maybe it makes you lose some speed sometimes. Let's see. Yeah, you just kind of lose speed sometimes. Not that much though, so that's a really good legit B hop, because none of the hops make you instantly stop, so you still got that like motion, but it does look kind of more legit because you're not really you know, landing every single hop perfectly. Auto strafe, as you could probably tell, it's going to be auto strafe. Let me just demonstrate that really quickly, not touching any keys. The auto strafe is like really legit. Like you can't really do any sharp movements, or else yeah, you'll lose all your speed. I guess it's cool, but I wish they had an option for legit and then like rage or whatever, so you could have like a perfect auto strafer, but that's okay. I just don't even use those features anyways. Remove flash, as you can tell, it'll probably just remove the flash from your screen. I've never really used that on this cheat. Novoline has a lot of clan tag changers to the static 140. If you ever see someone with 140, that means Novoline. 140er, Novoliner, I guess, I don't know. Static Novo. Oh wait, okay, it says NovolineHook, not Novo. And then NovolineHook overall, Novoline overall, I guess. I usually use dynamic too, I think. Yeah, I just use some of these dynamic ones. I never really use the static ones, just because if I'm raging or being obvious, I don't really care for a static clan tag changer. Quick switch, this is a cool feature. I think this is milliseconds the slider, so 2 milliseconds is good, I guess. I don't know. When you shoot an op, it'll quick switch to your knife. I wish they had kind of like a randomized feature with this, where you had like I don't know if you guys have ever seen like Vape for Minecraft, but for their reach they have 2 little sliders, and then say you set the minimum and the maximum, that'll set a random number inside. I wish they had something like that for the quick switch, but you could do it up to 50 milliseconds, which is really slow, but I kind of like it at like 10-ish, because it looks more legit. Maybe even 5, I don't know. It's just, it's fun to use. You shoot at someone and then, yeah. I don't know why can't I hit that guy? There we go. Okay, that was weird. Alright, quick switch off. Smart knife bot, I guess it's left, left, right. Let's see. Yep, it's left, left, right. Ooh, we can't right from that distance. There we go. So yeah, smart knife bot's left, left, right. Zeus bot, I don't have a Zeus. Is there a Zeus on this map? I've been doing reviews for how long and I don't even know. Zeus. Honestly, don't even know the console command to give myself a Zeus, so... No Zeus. Alright. Cool. There's no Zeus on this map, so I can't show you the Zeus bot, but I'll tell you it works. Edge jump. Can't really demonstrate that on this map, but it works as well. I use that all the time. Can I demonstrate on this map? I always try right here, but it never works, I think. Okay, you can see me kind of jump off the edge. If that counts for anything. There you go. Edge jump works, I promise you. Face it mode, I don't really use that. Fake lag when peeking on 8, it never shows up on Overwatch, and people see it when you're playing against them legit. It's really OP. Anti-aim. The anti-aim on this cheat I've found is really good. I don't know my third person key. Yeah, I don't think I have one anymore actually. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The anti-aim on this cheat's really good. I heard dynamic 2 is for playing against Fanta people, so I always use that, and I never had a problem with it. I'd actually win against Fanta people all the time with this cheat. A lot of people would say Fanta's better, but honestly I think this cheat's so much better, especially because it's not detected. Anyways, name changer. It'll spam your name to NovolineHook overall, and then it'll change it back to your original name, which I like a lot because your name's not stuck to NovolineHook overall. You'll just spam in the chat that your name is Novoline overall, but yeah, I think that's a really cool feature. I can't do it again, can I? Nope. Yep. Alright, chat spammer. It's what you would expect. Just spams the chat. Location spam. This would work if I was on an actual map, but I'm on a community map, so it won't work. So yeah, that's what that is. Hit marker sound. I never really use this in any cheats anymore, but What is that ski tip marker sound? I think it is. Sounds like ski tip marker sound to me. I don't know. Where was that? There it is. Sonar. Never use this feature. It's kind of shit. Because okay, sorry, yeah, I was testing it. But this feature is not that great because if you ever are using it, you'd have to look at someone through walls, like exactly to know like how far they are or how close they are. It's not that great of a feature, honestly, because, I mean, wall hacks would do the same thing and better because you wouldn't have to stare at people through walls. So, I mean, this feature, it's just not that great. I never recommend using it. Backtrack, yeah, visibility check. You could backtrack teammates. Auto wall for backtrack, so you can shoot people through walls with backtrack, and rage backtrack. I heard you're supposed to keep this on. What it does is it just lets you shoot the very last tick, I believe. I'm not exactly sure, but increases your backtrack accuracy is what I've heard. I don't know, something like that. Disable all sounds. I've never really used that, but I heard it's not that bad. Oh, mouse 4 for third person. Okay, so you can see how far my head like going back to the anti-aim, you can see how far my head is apart when I crouch. So yep, there you go. My reel is the white, I believe. Yep, my reel would be the white. And my blue one is the one that people would see on their screens, so they would shoot at that, and then my head would be perfectly fine behind a wall or something. So that's perfect. I absolutely love that. Third person mode, show both. I could just show the fake, I could just show the real. That's nice. Auto hold bots. What this will do is if you have a bot on your team, which happens a lot when you're like MMHVHing because people like to kick people that aren't cheating, in the very beginning of the round, as soon as the round starts, it'll tell the bot to stay in the spawn. You don't have to do it. Your teammates don't have to do it. It is the absolute best thing I've ever had in cheat, and every time it like happens, I absolutely love this feature because it just makes it so much. It's just like a quality of life thing. You don't have to do anything, and the bot will just stay in spawn. I don't know. I'm freaking out over that feature, but it's awesome. Mouse trigger. This is basically used for Faceit server-side anti-cheat. Basically, instead of sending a attack packet or whatever, it'll just actually simulate a mouse trigger pull. So it'll actually simulate a mouse click instead of sending an attack function. I don't know, something like that. Oh, accidentally took a screenshot. That's alright. But yeah, so an admin, not an admin, but someone in Novoline explained that to me, and yeah, I don't completely understand it, but I think I understand it enough to explain it like that. Game FOV, it's the game FOV. I don't know why anyone would ever use this feature. I mean, the normal FOV for CSGO is pretty fine. Apparently people like to play a little fish-eyed, I don't know, but I never use that. View model FOV, however, I like to set it a little bit higher than it can maximum, or usually maximum, the usual maximum is, because I like to see my entire op skin. I like my knife being kind of far away instead of being big. I don't know, I just like setting it further away, and I think it's cool. Auto stop, when I have my aimbot engage, yeah, you see it stops. I'm trying to, yeah, there you go. So it stops so you could actually hit your shots so you have more accuracy. Yeah, there you go. It's hard to show on the pistol config, maybe with an AK. Okay, I don't know. But yeah, auto stop's definitely a good thing to use, and then there's auto slow instead of auto stop, so you can keep moving, but I kind of like using auto stop instead, so maybe auto slow's better, but auto stop, yeah. Oh, okay, so this is new. I haven't used the cheat in a while, and auto block or block bot, usually in like skeet and stuff, it'll just like block your teammates when they're trying to walk in front of you. But on heads, if you jump on someone's head, it'll block them. It'll walk the exact same direction they are, so basically like they can't get you off your head. I've seen Boring Channel, I've seen him do that a lot with his cheat that he uses. I forgot the name of it. You're all gonna give me shit for that in the comments, but he has a feature like that, and I've seen him use that to troll people, and it's pretty funny. So it's cool that they added that. I actually like that a lot. That's something that I wanted to use for a long time. And I think that's it for the Misc tab. I know that took a while, but honestly there's a lot to go over in the Misc tab, and I'm glad we did. So yep, that's all the Misc items right there. And if we go, oh, I just want to show you that they have Faceit mode. I guess I kind of explained that already. Anyways, trigger bot. So the trigger bot is the most like in-depth trigger bot I've ever really seen. I'm going to go over it really quickly because there's a lot to go over and I don't really understand most of it. So trigger bot, you can change your key. Obviously you can trigger bot teammates. It'll smoke check, so if you have smoke check on, it won't trigger bot through smokes. Hitbox scale, that's 85. So as you can see, if I hold my trigger bot key, Okay, hold on. Must be because of the magnet. So I'm holding my trigger bot key right now, and it's not shooting because I have my hitbox scale set to 85%. So what it's doing is it's scaling the enemy's hitbox down to 85%, and what that means basically is he's 85% of the size of what he really is. So my trigger bot shoots a little bit more inside of the body, so it is more accurate. So if I had it set to 100%, it would shoot exactly on the edge of his hitbox, and that makes him extremely inaccurate. So yeah, so hitbox 85% is really good. I never really used delay on my trigger bot because I use hitbox scale. Maybe delay might be good, I don't know. Burst fire, I've never really seen anyone use that. Pause, I honestly don't know what that is. Hit chance, you have real hit chance and an accuracy limit. An accuracy limit, since it's not real hit chance, it is less inaccurate, but it is better for your FPS. But I've never had a problem with real hit chance being laggy, so I just use real hit chance. And then I use hit chance 75 along with hitbox scale 85, so I'm roughly like really accurate when I'm using trigger bot. And hitbox check, you can select hitboxes that you want to use, and I just want to show you guys the fact that there are weapon configs for all of this. So if we get out the, do I have an AK config? No, I do not. We'll look at the op config. It's basically the same thing, but I have targeted hitbox on, 80% hitbox scale instead, and that's it. Auto wall off, but you can turn on auto wall only when visible, and that'll make it pretty legit. Basically, it'll shoot people through walls if part of them is visible on your screen. Auto wall damage, I'd leave that at 0. It's not really important. Anyways, let's get into the magnet part of the trigger bot. If you don't know what magnet trigger bot is, basically it is magnet aim, like, it's like a slight aimbot for your trigger bot. However, you can make this really OP. So that's kind of what I've done for the op config. As you can see, I'm not aiming at the guy at all, and I'm just going to hit my trigger bot key. Okay, I wasn't close enough to him. That was embarrassing. I'm going to hit my trigger bot key now. So as you can see, what it does is it looks like silent aim, but it's actually not. It's just, see, I have magnet silent off. It's smooth value set to 1, so it's as fast as the aimbot can be. And smooth type is off, so it is literally just aim lock. But since I'm using trigger bot along with it, as soon as I aim onto him, it will shoot, and it looks like I've never been overwatched with Novoline. I want to point that out first. I've never been banned with this cheat. It's never been VAC detected. I've never gotten untrusted banned for whatever reason. I've never been overwatched. So I play with this all the time, and when the bots are moving, it makes it look even more legit. So let's just let them move really quickly. All right. Yeah, and then I also have the same thing on my aimbot for mouse 1, so I don't know, it doesn't really show up on Overwatch at all, and honestly, it's like my favorite thing to use, because it's just so overpowered, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't show up on Overwatch, that's what I mean by it doesn't do anything. Let me show you my magnet for pistols. You might be able to see it a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know. It's like you can't really see it because my settings are so low. But it's just a slight aimbot for a trigger bot to use. And it makes your shots land better, basically. That's all it does. And if you set it up right, it won't be that obvious. And you could use it all the time for like one tapping and stuff. It's really OP, and this cheat has the most customizable magnet trigger bot I've ever seen. Basically allowing you to have different smooth types and magnet RCS and silent aim and smooth values and FOV and stuff. It's a really good magnet FOV or magnet trigger bot, and I absolutely love it. Then here you have the hit groups that you can select for the targeted hitbox. Right now, as you can see for the op, I am shooting at basically everything except for legs, even arms for some reason. I don't know why. And then you can have your RCS set down here with your trigger bot. So if you have something like the default selected, you're probably going to want to use RCS. So your AK will not spin out of control. As you can see, it kind of controls its own recoil, or just locks onto the head. But as I explained earlier, it doesn't really show up on Overwatch that well. So I use that. I've never been banned. I'm happy with it. So that's nice. Now getting into the aimbot, it's It's a lot. When I started using this cheat, I absolutely had no idea how to use the aimbot, and I guess that's understandable because, I mean, look at it. So I'm gonna go through this column first, and then we're gonna get into this column, and then I'll briefly give you an understanding of this column because I don't understand this column very well. So this column, it is the like main stuff on the aimbot. Like on aimware, this is the toggle button, and then the active button, and then the keybind. So if you put on always active, I'll show you what happens. The aimbot, you can see it like kind of like going around the head. I'm trying to get away from it, but it just wants to go towards the head. That's what that does. Wow, that aimbot looks really nice. It's really clean. I don't have any aimbot on the USP, I guess. Let me see the Deagle. What does it look like? Wow. Oh, I only use silent aim for those guns. That's why. Okay. Alright. Yeah. So that's what happens when you turn on always active. If you don't have always active on, it'll only activate when you click your keybind. So that's mouse 1 for me. So yep. It looks really legit when you have it set up right, and it's really nice. So aim at team is an option, smoke check is an option that I believe you should always have on, and then silent aim you could turn on enabled only for first shot, which is okay, and then combined, which is honestly my favorite one. So I recommend keeping your silent FOV under 1 FOV, and that will never come up on Overwatch. If you have it under 1, it'll never come up on Overwatch. Other than that, you could set your FOV and your smoothness to whatever you want. Non-sticky is something that you might want to have on. It just kind of makes it look less, or a little bit more legit in some people's opinions. I don't know. I don't really use it that much. And then they have different smooth types for the people that like different things. This basically just controls like the how fast the smoothness works. I just keep it on normal because that's what works for me. And by how fast the smoothness works, I mean like the curve from time to speed, and I don't know how to explain it, but it's very technical, and once you like start using this cheat, you'll get a feel for how it actually works. It's not that hard to understand, it's just hard to config at first. So that's what I have it on. I have it on normal with 7.5 and 1.5 FOV. That'll never be Overwatch detected. 0.8 FOV will never be Overwatch detected. So that's what I use. That's fine for me. Smooth value Y and smooth time, and then start shots. Okay, I'm trying to understand this. This is actually new to me. I haven't really seen much of this before. Smooth value Y, this should be your smooth value for your time-based, if you're using time-based smoothing, that's what that should be for, I believe. And then the smooth time should be also for that. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure what start shots and aim time is for, and smart aim, I don't know what that is. Maybe it'll target one of these hitboxes. I'm not exactly sure. Distance-based FOV. I'm not sure why I have that ticked on, but you probably yeah, actually no, yeah, you do want that on because distance-based FOV will keep your distance or your FOV scaled to the player's hitbox instead of scaled to your crosshair. So if you're not using distance-based FOV, it'll be an FOV circle around your crosshair. And what happens with that is if the enemy is far away, it'll flick further on your own screen, basically. It'll flick further on your own screen, but if they're close up, it'll flick, or I guess, if you're close up like this and your crosshair, say the FOV line was right here, for whatever reason, your crosshair would flick to him like that, something like that. But enemies that are further away, it'll still flick if your FOV is high, but enemies that are at medium distance will look legit. You want distance-based FOV on for that exact reason. It's just keep that on. I don't know how to explain a few things, so I don't know. Local jump check. This will check if you're jumping while your aimbot's working. I honestly should have that on because you don't want to have your aimbot engaged while you're jumping, in my opinion. Target jump check. This will check to see if the enemy is jumping and disengaging aimbot. If they are, I'd keep this off because a lot of the times enemies are jumping in CSGO, and you're probably going to want to use aimbot if someone's moving like that. So unless your aimbot is really strong, I'd recommend turning this on. But otherwise, keep that off. Auto pistol, you know what this is. I just have to hold left click for my pistol to shoot fast. Oh. What? Auto pistol? Okay, maybe it's not that. What does auto pistol do? Okay, I'm not exactly sure what auto pistol does because when I turn it on, it doesn't shoot multiple shots at once. I don't really know. I don't know what auto pistol does at all, so we're gonna not even touch that. Normally auto pistol will just spam shoot for you, but it doesn't look like it's doing that. So this tab of the aimbot is basically kind of like the rage settings in my opinion. So corner scan scale is like hitbox scanning basically, or I believe that's like multi-point. So that's what that is. It's basically multi-point is from what I've been told. Max flash, it'll basically this determines how flashed you can be before the aimbot stops. If I'm flashed at all, I'm gonna not want the aimbot toggled, so that's what that is. Backtracking always, nearest hitbox hit scan, auto wall disabled, but if you wanted auto wall on, you could. Auto wall damage, hit chance value, hitbox check, and auto shoot. So if I turn on auto shoot, I wonder if this would just work automatically. No, so there's other things I have to turn on. I was curious. Okay. Real hit chance, auto wall damage, always. Hitbox check, selected hitboxes. Is it gonna work? I don't know. I don't know how to get this to work because I've never used it before, so just disregard that, I guess. I don't really know. Alright, other than that, let's just turn all this off. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Alright, so other than that, that's basically the aimbot. All as you can see is the aimbot hitboxes and then the RCS again. That's default stuff. And here are the visuals. It's a very simple like visual category. Like honestly, it's nothing really special in here. As you can see, there's glow ESP for bombs, grenades, chickens, drop grenades, weapons, and enemy. You could also set it to enabled, that'll show teammates as well. And then there's chams for enemies, and then there's textured and flat. So if you wanted to use flat chams, you can, but I like textured better most of the time, so that's what I use. Let's see here. Skeleton, enabled, that is skeleton. Head dot, that'll put a dot where their head is, obviously. Health, that'll show their health. There's health bar plus text, which I like, but I don't really like the positioning of the text. But that's nice. That's nice that they have that. Bleh. And they have a lot of customization for the aimbot. If you want to pause and take a look at it, you can see it. Everything's basically self-explanatory. Noscope Crosshair, I'll show you what that is right now actually. When you take out an op, you see I have a crosshair. That's actually really nice. I like to have that when I'm playing for legit. Why can't I kill this guy? There we go. But yeah, that's my favorite thing to use when I'm playing legit. And there's stuff like steps time. I'm really not sure what that is. Steps, is that... Okay, I think I know what that is actually. So if I were to allow the bots to run around... Yep. So as you can see, it makes circles where the enemies were walking. You could actually see these through like many walls further than you could actually see enemies. So if you want to have like a kind of like a far ESP type thing without actually having far ESP, that's what that is. The steps is basically all it is. I think the steps in this cheat look really nice. How they very like slowly close. I don't know. It's just like better than most step ESPs that I've seen in many cheats before. So that's nice to have. We could also demonstrate the backtrack. They have head dot. Ah! I don't know if backtrack's enabled on that gun. There you go. You can kind of see it right there. The trigger bot and the aimbot will target backtrack ticks, which some cheats don't do. Let me try to get the op to do it. There you go. Yeah, so the trigger bot and the aimbot will target backtrack ticks, which a lot of like pasted cheats don't do, which is really annoying. But that's nice that they have that. I could demonstrate the line, which is honestly probably my favorite way of using this feature is the line, because it's not too cluttered. And that was buggy, what? Really easy to see, and it's not too... Oh, I see what's happening when they respawn. The line is just... Okay. But yeah, that's my favorite way of doing it. And then if you want the most cluttered way of doing it, you can have skeleton, which honestly looks disgusting. Anyone that plays with this, I don't understand. Why do you do this? It just looks like a fucking headache. I don't know. So we'll disable that. And I believe that's most of the visuals. I mean, there's nothing really else for me to explain except for like grenade prediction, which you know what that is. If I hold a grenade out, you'll see the predicted line of path it'll take before I actually throw it. Show recoil. People like to use this feature. I really don't, honestly. It's just another crosshair that's overlaid that'll show where your bullets will go when you shoot. So it helps you control your recoil manually, but honestly it doesn't really help too much. It just kind of shows you like mid-spray where to like, say if I'm like randomly spraying, I know where I need to like move my mouse a little bit. I just see it as more clutter on my screen than necessary, so I keep that off. I like keeping my visuals basically as default CSGO as possible, so I don't like having a ton of like extra stuff on my screen when I'm playing. So that's why my character models are just chams with glow around them to make them easier to see. And usually I don't use XYZ chams, I just have that on for right now. But yeah, I could totally play without wall hacks and be so much better than most players that are actually legit closet cheating against me with wall hacks. It's really easy with this cheat, especially if you're playing on like CT side, is it cache? Yeah, CT side cache with an op or something. It's like the easiest thing in the world. Alright. Oh, wait, one more thing I want to look at really quickly. Bullet trace. I always like turning it on this map because all the enemies are looking at you and it's really weird. Alright. God, I keep hitting that key. It's really annoying. Alright, smoke check. If there's a smoke down, you can't see enemies through it. That's basically that. Can I turn off? Visible only. There we go. So, there we go. If I go to glow. Where's glow? Visible only. Oh, yeah, never mind. I think I had glow, disabled because hold on, I think I had glow disabled for a long time because of it showing through walls, and I don't like using wall hacks, so I'll turn glow on and off when I want to, but I don't really tend to use it anymore because yeah, I don't really use glow anymore because I don't like using wall hacks, so I'll just tend to use white chams. So I was a little confused by that, but yeah, so if you want to be really legit, I recommend just using a really low FOV aimbot with chams, and then you'll look really legit to Overwatch. You'll never get Overwatch banned. And if you never want to get Overwatch banned with this cheat, you never will. If you never go obvious, you never will get Overwatch banned. So I definitely recommend playing with this cheat if you're going to be legit cheating in Prime. It's really easy to get. All you got to do is apply for it. NovolineHook.com. The link will be down in the comments. I'll pin a comment. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. And I hope I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.